Charlie slammed the door to their Brooklyn apartment, the echo ricocheting off the exposed brick walls like a gunshot in the quiet night. "Sawyer, how can you just walk away from us after everything?" she shouted, her voice cracking with a year's worth of unspoken pain. But Sawyer stood frozen by the window, her back turned, the city lights blurring through tears she refused to let fall. In the heart of Brooklyn, where the hum of the subway vibrated through the streets and the aroma of street vendors' falafel mixed with the crisp autumn air, Charlie and Sawyer's story began like a classic New York romance. Charlie, a 28-year-old graphic designer with a penchant for vintage band tees and an infectious laugh, had met Sawyer at a crowded indie bookstore event in Williamsburg. Sawyer, 27, was a freelance photographer, her camera always slung over her shoulder like a shield, capturing the world's fleeting moments while guarding her own. Their eyes locked over a stack of poetry books, and what started as a shared admiration for Emily Dickinson blossomed into coffee dates, late-night walks along the East River, and eventually, a shared lease on a cozy one-bedroom in Bushwick. From the outside, they were the epitome of millennial love, posting filtered photos of picnics in Prospect Park, tagging each other in memes about queer life in the city, and hosting game nights with their eclectic group of friends, artists, activists, and baristas alike. But beneath the surface, an invisible wall loomed. Sawyer was affectionate in public, holding Charlie's hand during pride parades or stealing kisses at rooftop parties, but in the quiet intimacy of their home, she pulled away. A year in, and Sawyer still slept on her side of the bed like it was a boundary line, her touches tentative, her confessions rare. Charlie chalked it up to Sawyer's introverted nature at first, but as months ticked by, the distance gnawed at her. One crisp October evening, as leaves swirled outside their window, Charlie decided to confront it. They were curled up on the couch, binge-watching a rom-com on Netflix when Charlie paused the show. "Sawyer, we've been together a whole year now. I love you, God I do, but why do you always seem half here? Like there's a part of you I can't reach." Sawyer's green eyes flickered with something unreadable, her fingers tightening around the remote. "Charlie, it's not you. It's complicated. My past, you know." She offered a weak smile, but it didn't reach her eyes. Charlie pressed, her voice soft but insistent. "Tell me. We've shared everything else. Your crappy exes, my family drama. Why hold back now?" Sawyer hesitated, then sighed. "Okay, fine. Before you there was Alex. We were together for 3 years in Chicago. She was my everything until she wasn't. She cheated, left me for her coworker. It broke me, Charlie. I moved to New York to start over, but that scar, it's still there." Charlie pulled her close, whispering assurances, but even as Sawyer leaned in, there was a stiffness, a reservation. That night they made love for the first time in weeks, but Sawyer's mind seemed elsewhere, her body present but her heart guarded. As winter blanketed the city in snow, their relationship deepened in fits and starts. Charlie threw herself into work at her design firm in Manhattan, creating campaigns for LGBTQ+ nonprofits that made her feel alive. Sawyer's photography gigs took her to galleries in Chelsea, where her black and white portraits of queer couples sold out. They celebrated Thanksgiving with Charlie's boisterous Italian-American family in Staten Island, her mom fussing over Sawyer, piling her plate with lasagna and asking about wedding plans. Sawyer charmed them all, but later in the car ride home she was quiet. "Your family's amazing," she said finally. "Mine, not so much." Charlie knew Sawyer's parents in rural Ohio had disowned her when she came out at 18, but details were sparse. "You can tell me when you're ready," Charlie replied, squeezing her hand. But readiness never came. By Christmas, cracks appeared. Sawyer started taking more out-of-town assignments, snapping photos for a travel magazine in upstate New York or Boston. Charlie missed her, filling the void with yoga classes and brunches with friends. One night, alone in the apartment, Charlie found an old shoebox under the bed, Sawyer's mementos. Inside were faded photos of Sawyer and Alex, laughing on a beach, and a crumpled letter from Sawyer's mom dated years ago. "We can't accept this lifestyle. Don't come home." Charlie's heart ached, but she put it back unresolved. Spring brought renewal, or so Charlie hoped. They attended the Met Gala after-party through a friend's connection. Sawyer in a sleek black dress, Charlie in a tailored suit. Amid the glamour, Sawyer whispered, "You're my anchor, Charlie." But back home the distance returned. Arguments flared over small things. Sawyer's late nights editing photos. Charlie's habit of leaving dishes in the sink. Why won't you let me in? Charlie exploded one evening after Sawyer canceled dinner plans. I feel like I'm loving a ghost. Sawyer's face crumpled. Because if I let you all the way in and it falls apart, I don't think I can survive that again. Their friends noticed the tension. At a barbecue in McCarran Park, their buddy Jordan pulled Charlie aside. You two okay? Sawyer seems off. Charlie forced a smile. We're working through it. But inside doubt festered. Was Sawyer's past the only barrier, or was there more? As summer approached, Charlie planned a surprise weekend getaway to the Hamptons, hoping sun and sand would bridge the gap. They drove out in Sawyer's beat-up Jeep, windows down, singing along to Taylor Swift. At the beach house they built sandcastles and shared wine under the stars. For a moment it felt perfect. Sawyer opened up about her dreams, opening a gallery, traveling to Europe. With you, she added softly. Charlie's heart soared. Yet, even there, Sawyer's phone buzzed incessantly with messages from an unknown number. Work, she dismissed. Charlie didn't push, but suspicion lingered. Back in the city, the heat wave mirrored their simmering conflicts. Sawyer grew more withdrawn, spending hours in coffee shops working. Charlie confided in her sister over FaceTime. I love her, but it's like she's hiding something big. Her sister advised patience, but Charlie's patience was thinning. One stormy July night, everything shattered. Charlie came home early from work to find Sawyer packing a suitcase. What's going on? Charlie demanded, rain pounding the windows. Sawyer's eyes were red-rimmed. I have to go back to Ohio. My mom's sick, cancer. She called last week. She wants to reconcile before it's too late. Charlie reeled. Why didn't you tell me? I would have gone with you. Sawyer shook her head. Because it's messy, Charlie. My family. They don't know about us. About me being gay. I haven't told them everything. The betrayal stung. So you've been lying to me? Keeping this secret while I pour my heart out. Tears streamed down Sawyer's face. I was scared. Scared they'd reject me again. Scared you'd see the broken parts. Charlie pulled her into a hug, anger mixing with empathy. We're in this together. Let me come. But Sawyer insisted on going alone. I need to face this myself first. As Sawyer left for the airport, Charlie felt the chasm widen. Alone in the apartment, she scrolled through old texts, wondering if their love could survive the mysteries Sawyer guarded so fiercely. The city outside buzzed on, indifferent to her heartache. Word count: 1023. Sawyer's departure left Charlie adrift in the sweltering New York summer. The apartment felt cavernous without her. Sawyer's camera gear strewn across the living room, her favorite mug still in the sink. Charlie threw herself into work, designing logos for a queer film festival, but her mind wandered. Daily texts from Sawyer were brief. Arrived safe. Mom stable but weak. No details, no invitations. Charlie's friends rallied around her. Nights out at dive bars in the East Village, where they'd dance to 80s pop and share stories of heartbreaks. Give her space, advised Mia, Charlie's best friend since college. Family stuff is heavy. But space turned into silence. A week stretched to 2, then 3. Charlie's calls went to voicemail. Worry gnawed at her. Was Sawyer okay? Or was this an excuse to pull away permanently? One evening, fueled by wine and frustration, Charlie dug deeper into the shoebox she'd found months ago. Buried beneath the photos was a journal. Sawyer's handwriting scrawled across yellowed pages. Entries from Chicago. Alex says she loves me, but her eyes wander. Then post-breakup. New York calls. No more attachments. Guard your heart. Recent pages were sparse, but one caught Charlie's eye. Charlie makes me want to believe again. But what if Mom finds out? What if I lose everything? Guilt washed over Charlie for snooping, but understanding dawned. Sawyer's distance wasn't just about Alex. It was layers of fear, rejection from family, betrayal from love. Charlie texted Sawyer. Found your journal. I'm sorry. I get it now. Come home soon. I love you. No reply. Days later, a cryptic message. Things are complicated here. Miss you. Charlie paced the apartment, the AC humming futilely against the heat. She confided in her therapist, a kind woman in Midtown. It feels like I'm fighting ghosts. Charlie admitted. Her past, her family, they're barriers I can't see. Meanwhile, in the quiet suburbs of Columbus, Ohio, Sawyer navigated a minefield of emotions. Her childhood home, a modest ranch-style house with peeling paint, smelled of antiseptic and regret. Her mom, frail in a hospital bed set up in the living room, looked smaller than Sawyer remembered. "I'm glad you came," her mom whispered, for tubes snaking across her arm. Sawyer's dad hovered awkwardly, his Bible-thumping ways softened by grief. They hadn't spoken in years, not since Sawyer's tearful coming out over the phone. Now, tentative conversations filled the days, memories of family vacations to Lake Erie, Sawyer's high school art awards. But the elephant in the room loomed. "Any special someone back in New York?" her mom asked one afternoon, sunlight filtering through lace curtains. Sawyer froze, stirring soup at the stove. "Yeah, actually. Her name's Charlie." The words hung heavy. Her mom's eyes widened then softened. "Her? Oh, Sawyer. I was wrong back then. Fear made me say terrible things. If she makes you happy, that's what matters." Tears flowed, years of pain releasing. Sawyer's dad nodded gruffly. "We've changed, kid. Church has a new pastor, more open-minded." Relief flooded Sawyer, but guilt twisted it. Why hadn't she trusted Charlie with this? That night she called. "Charlie, I'm sorry for shutting you out. Mom's accepting us. It's a miracle." Charlie's voice cracked with joy. "That's amazing. When are you coming home?" Sawyer hesitated. "Soon. But there's more. Alex called me last week. She's in town, heard about Mom. Wants to catch up." Charlie's silence was deafening. "What did you say?" "I said no. But it stirred up old stuff." They talked for hours, bridges mending over the phone lines. Sawyer returned to New York in early August, the city alive with street festivals. Charlie met her at JFK, enveloping her in a hug that felt like home. "No more secrets," Sawyer promised, her green eyes earnest. They spent days reconnecting, walks in Central Park, cooking Italian feasts in their kitchen. Sawyer shared stories from Ohio, the reconciliation bittersweet amid her mom's prognosis. Charlie listened, her love deepening. "We're stronger for this," she said. But shadows lingered. Sawyer's phone still buzzed with texts from Alex, who persisted despite rejections. "Just friends," Sawyer assured Charlie, deleting them. Charlie tried to trust, but doubt seeded. At a gallery opening for Sawyer's work in Soho, Alex appeared uninvited, tall, charismatic, with a smile that once captivated Sawyer. "Congrats on the show," Alex said, hugging Sawyer a beat too long. Charlie watched from across the room, jealousy flaring. Later in the cab home, she confronted Sawyer. "Why didn't you tell her to leave?" Sawyer sighed. "I didn't want a scene. It's over with her. Ancient history." The argument escalated back at the apartment. "History that keeps calling." Charlie yelled. "How can I believe you when you hide things?" Sawyer's defenses rose. "I'm trying, Charlie. This trip changed me. I'm opening up." But words turned sharp, old wounds reopening. Sawyer stormed out, spending the night at a friend's. Charlie cried herself to sleep, questioning everything. The next day, reconciliation came with coffee and apologies. "I love you, not her," Sawyer said, pulling Charlie close. They vowed transparency. Fall arrived, leaves turning gold in the parks. They attended therapy together, unpacking Sawyer's fears. Life normalized, holidays with Charlie's family, now including video calls with Sawyer's mom. But Alex didn't fade. One evening, Charlie saw a text. "Meet me? One last talk." Sawyer had replied, "Okay, coffee tomorrow." Betrayal hit like a truck. Charlie confronted Sawyer that night. "You're meeting her? After everything?" Sawyer paled. "It's closure, Charlie. Nothing more. I was going to tell you. But trust shattered." "How can I believe that? You've kept distance from day one." Sawyer begged. "Please trust me." But Charlie, heartbreaking, said, "I need space." Sawyer left for the meeting, determined to end it. At the cafe in Greenwich Village, Alex waited, remorseful. "I messed up back then. But seeing you now. You're happy." Sawyer nodded. "I am with Charlie. This is goodbye." As she left, relief washed over her. But returning home, she found Charlie gone, a note. "I can't do this anymore. The mystery behind your distance. It's too much. Sawyer's world crumbled. She called frantically, but Charlie didn't answer. Days blurred into despair. Sawyer visited Charlie's office, pleading at the door. I ended it with Alex. No more secrets. Please. Charlie, staying with Mia, wrestled with pain. She betrayed my trust, she told her friend. But love tugged. After a week, they met in Prospect Park, under a canopy of falling leaves. Why meet her? Charlie asked, voice trembling. Sawyer explained, tears flowing. To close that chapter for us. I love you, Charlie. Fully no distance. Charlie searched her eyes, seeing truth. They embraced, forgiveness tentative but real. Word count. 1018. As winter's chill gripped New York once more, Charlie and Sawyer navigated the fragile path of rebuilding. The city sparkled with holiday lights, but their apartment held a cautious warmth. Therapy sessions became lifelines, unraveling Sawyer's abandonment issues, Charlie's fear of vulnerability. We're works in progress, their therapist said. They decorated a tiny tree, stringing lights while sharing cocoa, small acts mending the rift. Sawyer's mom's health stabilized with treatment, allowing video chats filled with laughter. Bring Charlie next time, her mom urged. Sawyer smiled. I will. But life threw curveballs. Sawyer's gallery show expanded, demanding travel to LA for a month. Come with me, she begged Charlie. But Charlie's job anchored her. I'll visit, she promised. Separation tested them, late-night calls, care packages of NYC bagels. In LA, Sawyer networked at trendy events, her photos praised. One night at a party in Hollywood Hills, she ran into Alex again, now a producer. Fancy seeing you here, Alex said, eyes lingering. Sawyer excused herself quickly, but a photo surfaced online. Them chatting, captioned, Old Flames Reunite? Charlie saw it, heart sinking. Explain, she texted. Sawyer called immediately. It was nothing, a coincidence. I left right after. Charlie wanted to believe, but scars lingered. No more surprises. Sawyer returned early, surprising Charlie with flowers. I'm all in, she vowed. They spent New Year's Eve in Times Square, kissing at midnight amid confetti. To us, Charlie toasted. Spring brought hope. Sawyer's mom visited New York, her first flight in years. Frail but spirited, she toured the city. Statue of Liberty Broadway shows. Over dinner at a cozy Italian spot in Little Italy, she hugged Charlie. Thank you for loving my girl. Tears flowed. Family healed. Sawyer proposed a road trip, driving the East Coast, from Maine's lighthouses to Florida's beaches. Our adventure, she said. Charlie agreed, excited. But midway, in a quaint B&B in Virginia, conflict erupted. Sawyer received a call from her agent. A dream job in Paris, 6 months. This could change everything, Sawyer exclaimed. Charlie felt blindsided. What about us? You're always 1 foot out the door. Sawyer argued. It's temporary. Come with me. But Charlie's career, her roots in New York, it felt like another distance. You decide without me, Charlie accused. Hurt words flew. Sawyer slept on the couch. The drive home was tense. Back in Brooklyn, they unpacked more than luggage. I fear losing you, so I hold back, Sawyer admitted. Charlie nodded. And I push because I'm scared you'll leave. They compromised. Sawyer took the job, but they'd alternate visits. We'll make it work, they promised. Summer's heat amplified emotions. Charlie thrived at work, landing a promotion. Sawyer prepared for Paris, packing with mixed feelings. Friends threw a farewell party on a rooftop in Dumbo, Brooklyn Bridge glowing. Amid toasts, Charlie pulled Sawyer aside. I trust you. Go conquer the world. Sawyer kissed her deeply. You're my world. In Paris, Sawyer immersed in culture, snapping Eiffel Tower sunsets, cafe sketches. Video calls bridged the ocean. Charlie sharing subway mishaps, Sawyer describing croissants. But loneliness crept. Sawyer befriended a local artist, Elise, platonic, but their chemistry sparked rumors in group chats. Charlie heard whispers from mutual friends. Is something going on? She asked during a call. Sawyer laughed it off. Elise is just a friend, straight even. But doubt seeded again. One night, after wine with Elise, Sawyer texted Charlie late. Miss you terribly. But a photo posted by Elise showed them arm in arm at a gallery. Charlie's jealousy boiled. "Who is she really?" she confronted. Sawyer explained, but the call ended in tears. "This distance, physical and emotional, it's killing us." Sawyer booked a flight home early. Reunited, they faced the storm. "Elise is nothing compared to you," Sawyer insisted. But Charlie revealed her own secret. In Sawyer's absence, she'd reconnected with an old college crush. Drinks only, but emotional. "I was lonely too. Mutual betrayal stung. How did we get here?" Sawyer sobbed. "They spent nights talking, forgiving. We both messed up, but love wins," Charlie said. Fall in New York brought clarity. Sawyer turned down extensions in Paris, committing to home. They renewed their lease, adopted a rescue cat named Whiskers. Therapy continued, tools for communication sharpened. At a queer rights rally in Washington Square Park, they marched hand in hand, chants of unity echoing their journey. But fate twisted. Sawyer's mom relapsed. Doctors gave months. Sawyer flew to Ohio, Charlie by her side this time. In the hospital, amid beeps and sterile smells, they held vigil. "I'm proud of you both," her mom whispered. In quiet moments, Sawyer and Charlie shared dreams. Marriage, kids via adoption. "Someday," Sawyer said. Tragedy struck. Her mom passed peacefully one dawn. Grief enveloped Sawyer, but Charlie's support anchored her. Back in New York, they mourned, scattering ashes in Central Park. Per her mom's wish for the city's energy. "She accepted us," Sawyer reflected. Healing began, bonds unbreakable. As the year circled back, their love transformed. Distance dissolved into intimacy. No more mysteries, only shared futures. Word count: 998. With the weight of loss lingering like New York's persistent fog, Charlie and Sawyer entered a new chapter. The apartment, once a battleground of secrets, became a sanctuary. They framed photos from their road trip, hung Sawyer's Paris prints on the walls. Whiskers curled between them on the couch, a furry reminder of commitment. "We've weathered storms," Charlie said one evening, stirring pasta sauce. Sawyer nodded, chopping vegetables. "And come out stronger." Work flourished. Charlie's designs graced billboards in Times Square, promoting equality. Sawyer opened a small studio in Bushwick, mentoring young queer photographers. They volunteered at LGBTQ+ centers, sharing their story in workshops, how vulnerability mends. Friends marveled. "You two are goals." But privately, scars reminded them. Trust earned daily. Winter holidays amplified emotions. They hosted a blended family gathering. Charlie's boisterous clan, Sawyer's dad, widowed, softened. In the crowded apartment, laughter mingled with tears for absent loved ones. Sawyer's dad pulled Charlie aside. "You saved her." "Thank you." Charlie smiled. "We saved each other." As snow fell, they planned a future. "Marry me," Sawyer proposed impulsively on a carriage ride in Central Park, ring from a vintage shop in her pocket. Charlie gasped. "Yes." Cheers echoed from passers-by. Wedding planning ensued. Intimate ceremony in Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, spring blooms as backdrop. Invites went out, excitement buzzing. But old ghosts whispered. Alex emailed congratulations but added, "If things change." Sawyer blocked her transparency with Charlie. No more intrusions. Charlie appreciated it. Pre-wedding jitters hit. Sawyer doubted her worthiness. "What if I'm not enough?" Charlie reassured. "You're everything." Spring wedding day dawned sunny. In flowing white dresses, Sawyer's with lace, Charlie's modern cut, they exchanged vows under cherry blossoms. "Through distance and doubt I choose you," Sawyer said, voice steady. Charlie echoed. "Forever." Reception in a nearby pavilion. Toasts dancing to indie folk. Their first dance to Lover by Taylor Swift sealed it. Honeymoon in the Catskills. Cabin retreats, hikes, stargazing. Intimacy deepened, no barriers. Back home they discussed family. Adoption, Sawyer suggested. Charlie agreed, researching agencies. Summer brought challenges. Sawyer's studio boomed but burnout loomed. Charlie supported, cooking meals, massaging shoulders. Reciprocally, when Charlie's firm downsized, Sawyer encouraged freelancing. "We're a team." Elise visited from Paris, now a close friend. Charlie welcomed her, trust solid. Over wine, Elise shared her own heartbreaks. "You two inspire." Bonds strengthened. Fall reflections. Anniversary of their meeting. They revisited the bookstore, poetry in hand. A year together, then mysteries, Charlie mused. Sawyer laughed. Now a lifetime unlocked. But life tested again. Charlie's health scare. A lump, benign after biopsy. Sawyer never left her side, echoing past vigils. We're unbreakable. As winter neared, they hosted a gratitude dinner. Friends shared stories, how Charlie and Sawyer's resilience motivated. In quiet, Sawyer whispered, "Our love's mystery? It was fear. Solved by courage." Years unfolded like New York seasons, predictable yet ever-changing. Charlie and Sawyer's marriage thrived, a beacon in their community. The adoption process culminated in welcoming Lily, a spirited 4-year-old with curls like Sawyer's, eyes like Charlie's dreams. Their Bushwick apartment expanded to a brownstone in Park Slope, rooms filled with laughter, art, and cat toys. Lily's first words to them. Mamas, melting hearts. Challenges persisted. Lily's adjustment, night terrors from foster care. Sawyer and Charlie tag-teamed, therapy aiding. We're in this, they affirmed. Work balanced. Sawyer's gallery thrived. Charlie's freelance agency boomed. They co-authored a book, Untouched Hearts, a lesbian love story, sharing their journey, distance, betrayal, redemption. Bestseller lists beckoned, tours inspiring. Betrayals faded to lessons. Alex, distant memory. Family. Sawyer's dad visited often, grandpa duties embraced. Charlie's clan spoiled Lily. Highs. Lily's first school play, family vacations to Disney Magic Reel. Lows. Sawyer's brief depression anniversary of her mom's death. Charlie's support unwavering. As Lily grew, so did their love, deeper, resilient. 10th anniversary. Vow renewal in Paris, Elise toasting. To unsolved mysteries becoming beautiful truths. In twilight years, they retired to a Hudson Valley farm. Gardens, photos, designs. Lily, now adult, queer herself, thanked them. You showed me love wins. Their story ended not in tragedy but humanity. Two souls once distant forever touched. Legacy. Inspiration for generations. Proof that love with courage conquers all. Reflecting on that first year, Sawyer whispered to Charlie under stars. The mystery was us, worth unraveling. Charlie smiled, hand in hand. Always.